On this edition of Explorer Television, we visit Bull Hill Guest Ranch, a working cattle ranch that dates back to the turn of the century.
Rich in history and tradition, it's become a favored destination.
We'll also go to America's 8th wonder of the world, the largest concrete structure in North America.
And the largest hydropower producer for the United States, it's Grand Coulee Dam.
But we start here on the Snake River in Hell's Canyon, America's deepest river gorge, and we're going to tour it by high-speed jet boat.
You're watching a special summer edition of Explorer Television.
Thank you for watching Explorer Television. If you're just visiting for a weekend or if you've been here all your life, we'll show you the best places in the inland Northwest to explore. Now, here are your Explorer guides, Rick and Teresa Lukens.
Hell's Canyon Recreational Area hugs the borders of northeastern Oregon and western Idaho.
This amazing canyon is over 600,000 acres of beauty and adventure. It's a 10-mile wide canyon and North America's deepest river gorge at almost 8,000 feet.
Hell's Canyon has 3 rivers which are designated wild and scenic: the Snake, Imnaha, and Rapid Rivers.
Almost 900 miles of trails are available in the Hell's Canyon National Recreation Area for hiking, horseback riding, and mountain biking.
But today we see this beautiful canyon at 40 miles an hour in a jet boat. Michelle Peters is with the Hell's Canyon Visitors Bureau, and a gorgeous area that we're standing in right now, Michelle, part of the jet boat tour that we're taking today. So let's talk about where we're at.
Right now we're at Cache Creek Ranch. We're about 43 miles upriver from the Lewis-Clark Valley. And here we have a beautiful site that's maintained by the Forest Service. They have memorabilia, and it's just a nice place to get off the boat and relax for a while and visit.
The jet boat tour is really, it's a fun ride for sure, but it's a fairly unique way to see the Hell's Canyon area and the entire Snake River.
Out of Lewiston, you're heading south going upriver, and there's not a lot of rivers that flow in the opposite direction. There's only like 2 in the United States, so it is a unique feature about Hell's Canyon with the river flowing south going upriver.
I was interested in some of the history that we learned along the way too. Really fascinating.
It is. That's what one of the jet boat tours, departing from the Lewis-Clark Valley, the captains are local historians. They narrate the local history and the lore and the legends of the canyon throughout the entire tour, so it's really exciting and it keeps it very interesting.
You see things along the way, including some wildlife.
We did. Bighorn sheep. There's a great population here in the canyon, and usually see one every time you're up here.
It's a great way to see the canyon and get a little taste of it. Then maybe you might want to come back and do some camping or hiking or whatever.
There is. There's some other access points with some great campground areas, and whitewater rafting is a lot of fun too in the canyon. There's
really no place like this on Earth, is there?
There isn't. Some of the most spectacular and rugged wilderness on Earth.
Next on Explorer Television, 2 hours north of Spokane is Bull Hill Guest Ranch. Just to the south, it overlooks Lake Roosevelt, and to the north, it's the Canadian Rockies.
Stay with us as we explore this private refuge.
The Clearwater River in Idaho's wild country is perhaps the most beautiful unspoiled river in North America. Great fishing, surrounded by national forests. Fully developed riverfront estates are now available. Build your dream home and make a great investment in a truly amazing property. Visit us at idahoriverproperties.com or call 208-935-2001.
Quality Inn & Suites is the perfect place to stay when exploring the LC Valley. Newly refurbished rooms are comfortable and affordable. Enjoy the outdoor pool and drinks in the Q Lounge. Bogey's Restaurant offers the finest steaks and seafood with a great selection of Northwest wines. The unique banquet facilities can accommodate groups from 10 to 300. Quality Inn & Suites is near all the area activities. Jet boat excursions, steelhead fishing, whitewater rafting, and year-round golfing make the area a sportsman's paradise. Make your reservation at Quality Inn & Suites in Clarkston and start your adventure.
Rooster's Landing in Clarkston for atmosphere, stunning views, and awesome food. Enjoy a healthy salad that's big enough for a meal, delicious seafood, pasta, burgers, and succulent steaks. Rooster's Landing in Clarkston, a great place to sit and relax with friends. They'll have the deck open all summer long with bands playing every weekend. So check the website for upcoming events. Then join the fun at Rooster's Landing on Portway in Clarkston.
Welcome back to Explorer Television. It might be a cliche, but it is so true in this case. We are in God's country, and this is Pete Guglielmino. He is the owner of Bull Hill Guest Ranch here just southwest of Northport. Hi, Pete.
Hi.
Tell us about the ranch.
We started as a cattle ranch, and my great-grandfather came from Italy in 1907. Started ranching, and my grandfather, Minot Guglielmino, came over from the same village in Italy in about 1918 and married Peter's daughter. So that's kind of where our background's from, and we've been ranching on Bull Hill and the surrounding area ever since.
So now it's a guest ranch, so people can come stay here. They can enjoy not only the beauty, but you put them to work.
Yeah, well, we do when they want to do it. And we are still a working cattle ranch, and we've diversified in with the guest ranch too, and that we can utilize a lot of our same resources that way. And guests, you know, they really love going out and moving cows and checking fences and checking pastures and just spending time horseback, kind of in life of a cowboy. We really get a wide variety of people. We get people that have a lot of riding experience. We have those that have never ridden before. You know, we have horses to match anybody.
And what about the accommodations? I see some cabins. Is there a bunkhouse? What do we stay in when we come to Bull Hill?
Well, they're all individual cabins, and depending on the size of the group, the size of the cabin, but you know, the cabins will sleep, you know, most families real comfortably. They have sleeping lofts upstairs, and they have usually a minimum of 4 beds. And then we have, we're just completing our second big cabin that has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and we already have one of those going. So we can kind of fit, you know, different sizes.
And this is a beautiful deck, and is this is where we would eat a meal then?
We refer to it as the cookhouse, and it's where everybody comes to take their meals, and it's family-style dining, and we have a bar there for cocktails, and we serve 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Pete, thank you so much for telling us about Bull Hill Guest Ranch.
Well, thank you for coming to visit.
All right, now that we've heard about the history and the accommodations, Rick is with Tom checking out some of the other activities on the ranch.
This is Pete's younger brother, Tom, and it seems like most of what the guests do here revolve around riding horses.
Yes, riding and getting pulled on a wagon and fishing.
What kind of riding trails do you have here? Do you guide them? How does that work?
Yeah, we guide them. They go out with us, either in small groups or big groups.
Taking somebody on a day of fishing, what's that entail?
Well, we take them out, or they go out by themselves. We can show them how to cast, spend a day out there.
How about we take a ride down to the lake and just see what kind of fish you got down there? This is only a short ride from the ranch. You get out here, you pretty much feel like you're out in the middle of nowhere. Just a beautiful place to spend some time at Bull Hill Guest Ranch, and we'll make a few more casts and see if we can hook into a big trout. But up next, we're going to visit Grand Coulee Dam on this special summer edition of Explorer Television.
Beamer's Hells Canyon Tours will take you on a journey filled with history, adventure, and natural beauty. Choose from a full or half-day historic U.S. mail tour, or add the dimension of overnight in Hells Canyon as you tour the deepest river gorge in North America. Each tour is an excellent value, and everything is included, uniquely narrated by your U.S. Coast Guard certified tour captain. And remember to ask about all our different fishing trips, too. They're a spectacular experience. Beamer's Hells Canyon Tours looks forward to welcoming you on board.
Come explore the Hangar Antique Mall in the historic Clarkston Airport. 1,200 square feet and 200 dealers selling antiques, collectibles, crafts, vintage jewelry, furniture, and so much more. Save plenty of time to see all the Hangar Antique Mall has to offer when you're in Clarkston. Soak in the rich history of the Hangar Antique Mall. Browse the many booths, make new friends, and find unique treasures at the Hangar Antique Mall in Clarkston. Easy to find on Port Way, open Tuesdays through Saturdays.
Welcome to the Clearwater River Casino. Wolf People offers a unique selection of clothing and other items bearing wolf and Native American themes. Explore us today and enjoy a close-up encounter with a timber, Arctic, and tundra wolf. The staff at Wolf People are dedicated to educating the public about these beautiful animals, and we promise your visit to Wolf People will be a rewarding experience you'll always treasure. Explore Wolf People in the scenic Selkirk Mountains near Lake Kokalala off Highway 95 in northern Idaho and help preserve a piece of the wild.
And here it is, Grand Coulee Dam, the 8th wonder of the world. Believe it or not, there's enough concrete in that structure to build a sidewalk around the world twice.
And while it is the main attraction here in the Columbia Basin, it's not the only thing to do. We're going to go horseback riding, hiking, boating, paddle boating. There's golf, there's great food, you name it, right here in Grand Coulee.
We're getting ready to venture out onto Banks Lake here at the north end of the lake at the Coulee Playland. Hal Rauch is the owner. He's been here for 25 years. Now, you're open year-round as a camping and marine area, but the winter months, what happens here then?
We get a lot of people that come and fish. Some on Banks Lake, a lot on Lake Roosevelt, and on Rufus Woods Lake.
Well, there's a lot to do. Obviously, you've got all different kinds of boat rentals here.
We rent the pedal boats, which I think you're going to be ready to do, and pontoon boats, fishing boats, kayaks.
Pretty good no matter what kind of camper you are here.
We have either RV or tent sites, so we can usually, and a yurt too, a YURT yurt, and people come and camp in our yurt also.
All right, I think I'm ready to hit one of those fancy sparkly paddle boats.
Paddle boats is what we're going to do.
All right, let's hit it.
What I like about this paddle boat is I can do what I do when we're on long road trips. I can go, you drive, honey. I'm a little tired. Fish jump. A lot of people don't know this area was settled in the mid-1800s, and back then this was all farmland. But then in the 1930s, Grand Coulee Dam went in, the Columbia River backed up, and now it's Banks Lake. Beautiful scenery like Steamboat Rock behind us, but it's not so much an agriculture area as it is a recreational area. Fishing, boating, camping.
And horseback riding. In fact, we're going to saddle up and take a ride through beautiful Northrop Canyon. You're watching a special summer edition of Explorer Television.
Grand Coulee Center Lodge in Grand Coulee has a comfortable room waiting for you. Our newly remodeled rooms offer a variety of amenities to make your stay enjoyable and memorable. The Grand Coulee Center Lodge is an escape from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Enjoy a complimentary continental breakfast, and for lunch or dinner, cook your own steaks on our barbecue and enjoy quality time with friends and family. Grand Coulee Center Lodge, Western hospitality at its finest. Make your reservation today and begin your adventure tomorrow.
A recent survey showed that there are a number of reasons people come to the Coulee Dam Casino.
Excuse me, I just won this! Could you help me out?
Okay. We have great new gaming machines and weekly cash drawings producing a lot of winners.
Here, hang on to this too, could ya?
Then there's the bounty machine of the week that pays big progressive jackpots.
Oh, just a little bit more.
But the biggest reason you need to come to the Coulee Dam Casino, I think, is fairly obvious.
Come to the Coulee. Enjoy the beauty of natural rock formations created by the Ice Age floods. Or take an excursion onto Banks Lake or Lake Roosevelt for some of the best water sports around. Visit the new exhibits inside Grand Coulee Dam's Visitor Center and stay for the world-famous laser light show on the largest screen in the world, the face of Grand Coulee Dam. Come to the Coulee. See the 8th wonder of the world in a day's drive. For more information, call 1-800-COOLEE2 or visit grandcouleedam.org.
I'd like to invite you to come and explore Northwest Pony Express. Here at Northwest Pony Express, we cater to the shooting sports lifestyle, antique and modern firearms, traditional archery. Come and explore us soon. You can find us located at the southwest corner of Highway 95 and Canfield Avenue, directly west of the Silver Lake Mall.
For firearms and traditional archery equipment, visit Northwest Pony Express since 1953.
Kathy McKay is with the Double Diamond Ranch here in the Grand Coulee area, and I bet from horseback this is a spectacular area to see.
Northrop Canyon is a nice ride.
Tell us about the horses, how many you have, and about the ranch that you have here.
You know, I haven't counted them lately, but the most popular ride is about eight riders at one time. We do have about 40, 50, 60 head of horses. About 30 are really good, gentle dude horses, we call them. Anybody can ride and very safe.
You offer all guided tours?
All guided,
Yeah.
And for the most part, we're in a recreational area with the resorts and a lot of swimming with Banks Lake. So over 50% of our people actually show up in shorts and flip-flops, and we don't turn them away. It's a easy ride. The most popular ride is about a 2-hour ride into the canyon. The cliff walls are 700 feet high on both sides of us, and it's the only forested area in all of Grant County. And so we're just a mile from Steamboat Rock, Banks Lake Resort, Spring Canyon, the Grand Coulee Dam, a real tourist attraction. So we're right on the 155, and people just, hey, we're fishing and swimming and water skiing, and let's go horseback riding.
Let's throw that in at the last minute, and maybe sometimes like, I've never ridden a horse before.
And that's the main story. Nope. 90% of them have never ridden, don't ride, or they actually, a lot of them have a horror story. So we have a lot of confident builders. By the end of the ride, our scared riders are, can we trot? Can we run? And so,
A little more confidence, yeah.
Yeah, a little more confidence.
I think I'd like to go for a ride.
Yeah,
Can we do that?
we look forward to it.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
do it.
Beautiful day.
Not only is this a beautiful ride to take, but you get some history too about the canyon that we're sitting in, some of the settlers that settled here, and it's just really fascinating to learn more about this whole area.
Yeah, and that was, of course, way back before Grand Coulee Dam went in the 1930s, and that pretty much changed everything around here. Up next, we're going to visit the monster of concrete, the Grand Coulee Dam.
When you're visiting Grand Coulee Dam, stay at the Columbia River Inn. They've recently updated the inn with more amenities and conveniences for guests. You'll be amazed at how clean the rooms are and how the staff wants to make your stay the best it can. Enjoy the pool, sauna, hot tub, and a great workout. After a day of exploring, enjoy the relaxing environment of the Columbia River Inn. You'll feel right at home, and you'll want to come back again and again. The Columbia River Inn, 10 Lincoln Avenue in Coulee Dam.
The K Diamond K, a 1,600-acre guest dude ranch, is the place for your family adventure. Ride in some of the most beautiful country in the world. Live the life of a cowboy and help drive cattle to the fields. Or take one of our guides hunting or fishing. After your exciting day, dig into a delicious meal. Tell stories by a roaring fire. Then a comfortable bed. Or maybe you're feeling lucky. Join in the poker tournaments. Visit us for a unique family adventure. The K Diamond K in Eastern Washington, just south of Republic.
For the best burgers this side of the Columbia River, try Pepper Jack's Bar and Grill in Grand Coulee. You better be hungry because the Starvin' Jack will pack you full. Maybe you're in the mood for the Whiskey Jack Burger topped with homemade tangy barbecue sauce. If prime rib is more your thing, be there Fridays for prime rib night. Or you can fill up at the Fresh Salad Bar. Hand-cut steaks or seafood, it's all delicious. Meet your friends in the lounge for cocktails, or if you have a large gathering, be sure to reserve the banquet room. Good, wholesome food at Pepper Jack's Bar and Grill on Midway Avenue in Grand Coulee.
This summer, give your family more. More altitude, more opportunities to connect, more nature, and more comfort. With a gigantic indoor water park and endless outdoor adventures, families get more at Silver Mountain Resort. And now, more costs less. Get 2 days of fun plus 1 night stay starting at just $45 each for a family of 4. Visit us online at silvermt.com.
Next, we explore the 8th wonder of the world and North America's largest concrete structure.
And the largest supplier of hydroelectric power in the United States, Grand Coulee Dam. It's what people remember, and we've arranged our own special tour with our own tour guide.
here with Lynn Brower from Grand Coulee Dam. Lynn, thanks for having us today.
Hi, welcome to Grand Coulee.
We are in front of the Visitor Center, which would be our first stop if we were coming to visit Grand Coulee.
Yes, the Visitor Center is the place where most folks start their visit here. Inside, we have several exhibits that talk about the history of the dam as well as the impacts to the area from the effects of Grand Coulee Dam.
So many things are already known by a lot of people who come here about the history of the dam being built starting in the early 1930s during the Depression era. But for even the history buffs who visit the Visitor Center, they might walk away going, that was cool, I didn't know that. What are some of the cool things that you learn inside here?
Well, two of the exhibits that come to mind are interactives. One of them, you can actually fly through the dam. We no longer can take folks through all parts of the dam, but we have an interactive computer fly-through that you start behind the dam on Lake Roosevelt and go into the penstocks and can see the dam from inside. Another exhibit that I really like here is an exhibit where visitors get to sit down and actually vote on how to operate the dam. There are a lot of different factors that go into releasing water, how much power you generate, and you can actually sit down and vote and then see what the results are, what positives and what negatives came from your operation of the dam.
And you've actually put the dam to work in another way. You do nightly laser shows.
Yes, we do. During the summer season, generally we run from Memorial Day to September 30th. Show runs about 36 minutes. And what we do is project on the face of the dam the story of Grand Coulee Dam and the Columbia Basin Project, which is the irrigation project.
Now, the tour includes the Visitor Center. Sadly, because of this age of heightened security, tours inside the dam and the power plant no longer are given. But we're going to get a special look today?
Yes, we're going to go inside the third power plant, the biggest power plant here at Grand Coulee.
Let's take a look.
So here we are at below halfway on Grand Coulee Dam, and we're at the third power plant. And behind me here are the penstocks, which carry the water into the turbines here. These are huge tubes that are 40 feet across and can carry water into the turbine pit to spin the turbine, which then turns the shaft, which we'll see in just a little bit, which turns the rotor on the generator and produces electricity.
These aren't constantly operating, they operate at different times, is that how it works?
Correct. We are what is called a peaking facility or an on-demand facility. So when we need electricity, when there's a request out on the grid to put electricity out onto the grid, we bring our units up and produce electricity. When that's not needed, we can bring those units back down. So we peak twice a day, in the morning when people are having their breakfast and getting ready for work, and then in the evening when they get home. All right, let's head on into the third powerhouse.
All right, now here I feel absolutely nothing but vibration, and I assume it's coming from whatever's under this blue cover.
That's correct.
Yeah.
It's coming from G19, which stands for Generator 19. The third powerhouse here houses 6 of these generating units. And what you're feeling is the vibration from the unit spinning down below you. The generating units that we have here in the third power plant are of 2 different sizes. We have 600 megawatt generators and 805 megawatt generators. There's 3 of each. These are the biggest generators in the world. They don't get any bigger than this. If the units are running here, we can easily power Seattle and Portland. No problem.
With just these generators?
With just these generators.
With all 16-year-old blow dryers going at the same time?
Absolutely. What we're going to do now is actually go down 2 floors to the shaft view so that we'll see the shafts that connect the turbines to the generators. You'll see those spinning. When we go down below, be a long hallway. We're not going to be able to film right down that long hallway, but once we get into the shaft view, then we'll be able to film the shafts. That's for security reasons, yeah. What we're seeing in the turbine shaft is the shaft itself turning. The shaft turns at 85.7 revolutions a minute. And we need to keep it turning constant so that your power at home stays constant. We do that by controlling wicket gates, which let the water into the turbine shaft. The water comes through the penstocks into the turbine shaft, turns the turbine, which turns the shaft, which turns the generator up top.
And that's where we get our power.
And that's where we get our power.
And Lynn, thank you so much for the look inside one of the generating rooms. It's an area a lot of people don't get a chance to see.
Thanks for coming along.
And then we're on top of the dam now, which is an amazing view. And again, a lot of people not allowed up here.
Absolutely.
And why is that?
Well, that is for security reasons. We've now had to block off the dam on each end, so there is no access on top of the dam anymore.
But at one point, you could just cruise across.
At one point, you could either drive across or walk across.
Thank you for the look.
Thanks for watching. Once again, we've had a great time exploring the Inland Northwest. Now it's your turn to explore.
Go to kxly.com, click on Travel, and then scroll to Explorer Television for information on today's show. Be ready for another exciting adventure soon, next time on Explorer Television.